another day. It's actually a lot cooler today, so I'm gonna try and get a quicker start today, earlier start. It's not as hot. It's like 80 something degrees as opposed to that 90, 102 degree weather that we've had lately. So I actually have something pretty exciting to show that I was up late doing last night. So I got all of my packages, as I was mentioning in the last video, and in those packages were all the wiring and the connectors and everything, and my fuse and relay stuff. So what I actually stayed up last night doing was this. Unfortunately I didn't film it, but I was just super excited and I wanted to get it done. So this is my fuse and relay panel that I'm going to be using in the vehicle to run all my switches and power and stuff. Kind of a DIY. I didn't want to buy one because they're really expensive. This was actually like a fraction of the cost just to make my own, and I like it because, you know, you can kind of clean it up the way you want it. Still got to figure out what to do with the grounds because I'm gonna have to ground those somewhere. Depending on where I mount it, I'm not sure yet. I gotta figure it out, but that's gonna be kind of a deal for another day. I just wanted to get this done so it's like out of the way, but I think it came out pretty good. You know, it's my first time doing it, and I watched a lot of videos, so I kind of, you know, thought, fuck it, no, try it out. My goal for today, I really want to clean this thing out. I'm kind of debating whether I'm gonna try and clean it first. And then after I clean it, that's when I'm gonna decide whether I'm gonna take the sound deadening out or not. Because it's just, I don't know, it just depends on how well it cleans up. But there's so much stuff. I think for sure back there I'm gonna have to take the sound deadening out because it's just rancid. It's just so disgusting. But I'm really wanting to get this done, cleaned out. Another thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull these up to the garage. I'm going to find something to kind of sand them down with, maybe see if I can find a wire wheel or something like that, and then I'm going to attempt to paint them, try and get them back to black so I can throw them back in the car and get the steering wheel and stuff back together. Yeah, that's my goal. That's going to be the goal for today. So we'll see how much I film. Another thing I did do that you'll probably see later is I actually kept these plastics. So these are for the steering wheel, or the like the steering shaft, to cover all of this. I'm not totally sure what I'm gonna do as far as steering wheel goes, because I don't know if I'm gonna keep using these or if I'm gonna put them on switches or what. That's why I kind of clip the wires that way. But I may just take it off and just, yeah, because I actually want to put this on a switch, like the windshield wipers and stuff like that. So I think that's probably what I'm doing. I'm just gonna take it off. But I kept this so that I could kind of cover the shaft. But if I'm gonna take that off, I might just trash it. I don't know. We'll see. But goal for today: get these painted, sanded down and painted, and then I'm gonna try to get this cleaned out. I gotta pull the car forward a little bit and kind of clean up the back a little bit more. But that's the goal. That is the goal. So we'll see how that goes. All right. So I'm gonna try and back out of here without hitting anything. Gotta run to the store real quick. I'm actually going to pick up, I have a compressor in my storage, but it's kind of buried and I don't feel like getting it out. But so I'm gonna run to Harbor Freight and just get like kind of a smaller one. We don't need anything super big. I know that my girl's dad has been asking for one, or asking for, you know, if we need, or telling me that we need one. I can't talk today, but he's been telling me that we need one, so or he needs one. So I'm gonna run to Harbor Freight and I'm gonna grab a just a small, you know, probably like a 3 or 5 gallon compressor so that I can do some work. I'm also, ooh, that's skunk. Yikes. That's what I was smelling last night. Last night I came out and I was getting some parts while I was working on the fuse panel. I kept smelling scum. And there it was. Dead on the side of the road. But anyways, so I'm gonna run to Harbor Freight, pick up that. I gotta get a couple other things. I have this one of these that I need a fitting for, so I'm gonna grab a fitting for that. Try not to crash on the way there. But and then I'm actually, so I've come to the decision that I am going to take out most of the sound deadening, if not all of it. So I am going to go ahead, I'm actually going to grab like a couple of like chisels, like wide chisels, and I'm going to try that. But on the way back, if I decide to, I may stop at Albertsons or something like that, get some dry ice, and just do the dry ice method with a couple hammers, and just you know, let it break it up, let it sit there, and do it that way. Because I don't know, something's telling me to just do it and just get it over with, and then do the cleaning after. Because once the all the sound deadening is out, I mean, most of that stuff is going to be, most of that car is going to be clean, like the paint and stuff like that. That way I'll be able to get in there and do a really deep clean in it. And after that, I'm either going to decide whether I'm going to repaint it, leave everything white, or, man, I just don't know. I really gotta think about it. I don't know. Trying to decide as I go here, but it seems to me that every time I want to make a decision, I go with the more proper way instead of, you know, doing it the cheap way. I wouldn't say the cheap way, because dry ice isn't that expensive. What is going on here? What? Oh, you're turning. Okay. Okay, you guys must know each other. Turbo power. Running the Escape right now. A little 1.5 Eco Boost. It's such a nice car. I bought it for my girl. I have my Taurus, but it doesn't have, the AC is not working right now. So whenever she's not using it, I steal it, bask in the AC. Alright. A couple of Offspring and Green Day songs later, we are here. Good old Harbor Freight. Feeling cheap today. I am feeling cheap today. Oh my god, what the? I know this isn't fucking. No. Look at that. Front row. It is not a handicap spot either. There's no signs. So if I get a ticket, I'm gonna be pissed. Alright, let's run inside and figure this out. Mass time. Well, unfortunately, we struck out at Harbor Freight. We got some stuff. Still got some stuff, but couldn't find a compressor, and at least not at the price that I'm willing to pay. So what we're gonna do is I found another one, or another couple actually, at Home Depot of all places, and it's actually cheaper for a better brand that I use. It's actually the same brand as the one that I have already, which is Husky. And it's not huge, but it's enough for what he'll need, enough for what I'll need. I need to get this stupid thing on. So I think I'm gonna go and grab it. Oh man, I should not. So I'm gonna run to Home Depot, and I still got some fittings and like a cheap hose and stuff like that I'm gonna use. I just got a cheap one because it's cheap, and you know, it's whatever. Anyways, so the one that I was looking at was like 150 or 148 bucks or something like that. They didn't have it in stock. Apparently they're going like crazy, and they haven't been getting shipments in. So I'm just going to go to Home Depot. It says there's 3 left, so I'm going to go and grab it, at least one of them, and it's actually like $30 cheaper. So I'm kind of stoked on that. And it's pretty much the same capacity and a little bit more PSI actually, so it'll be a little bit better for the grinder that I need to use, or the flat disc and stuff like that I'm going to use. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hop on the freeway, head to Home Depot. Okay, we're here. I'm gonna run inside. I'm gonna make sure that they have this freaking compressor, and finally then go to Albertsons, get some dry ice, and then head home. I've decided I'm gonna do the dry ice method. I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna do it. Not gonna worry about it. I'm over it. Dry ice. It's the way to go. Let's get it. And here she is, husky, husky, husky. 129 bucks, they just dropped the price. Hopefully they have another one. It says they do. I'm going, fuck it! Alright, well, what a trip. So the compressor that you saw in the last clip, I'm really bad with this stuff. So they didn't know if they had them anymore. Online it said they had 3 left. They couldn't find them. They weren't on the overhead or whatever the hell that means. I'm guessing the overhead compartments. They couldn't find it anywhere. So they had another one. It's actually a little bit bigger, a lot bigger. The one that I was looking at, I think, was a 10-gallon. This one is a 20-gallon. So it's the same. I think it's a little bit less than the one that I already have. It is husky. So I got a 20-gallon compressor. I don't know if you can see it back there. It's the biggest thing I've put in this car yet. But it was just an impulse. It wasn't a ton more expensive, but it ended up, I got the warranty and everything. It's like a 2-year warranty for like 25 bucks. Couldn't pass it up. 25 bucks in case something goes wrong with it. It is a gift slash I'm going to be using it at first for my girl's dad. So I figured, you know what, he needs a compressor, or you know, he needs better tools. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you know, I went ahead and did it. Do something nice for him. You know, he does a lot for us. You know, just make his life a little bit easier. So so I picked that up. I got all the fittings. Hopefully they all work. I really don't feel like leaving again. But I think he has a hose that may have some fittings on it. I have to check. I don't know. But anyways, so then after that, I went to Albertsons, was right next door, and I picked up 20 pounds of dry ice. And probably first thing when I get home, I'm gonna unload this thing, get it out. Well, maybe actually leave it in there because I kind of want to, might surprise them. I don't know, we'll see. But oh, McLaren, whew. Man, see some nice cars around here. Especially where we live right off a really nice straightaway road, and there's a lot of wealthy people that live past us, and so you see all kinds of nice cars, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, probably a bunch of YouTuber kids. Maybe I'll be there one day. But yeah, that's got the dry ice and everything. I didn't get a, I don't know why I didn't get a hammer. I was supposed to get a hammer at Harbor Freight. Just blinked my mind. I was a little pissed off they didn't have the one that I wanted, but you know, it is what it is. I still spent money there, so fuck them. See, there's a like a 640i or whatever that is, M edition BMW up there. He's whipping around. Anyways, sorry I didn't film any of that. I'm still kind of getting used to like this whole documenting, vlogging style video. I did switch to the GoPro, so it's a little bit easier to use than my phone. I don't have to worry about using up space on my phone. So I'll probably be using this from now on. Only thing is the battery on this thing kind of dies quick, so I'll probably eventually invest in getting another battery. But for now, I'm just gonna keep recharging it because I'm poor. But I'm excited to get this Mustang going. I think I pretty much have everything I need to get it going, to get it running. I'm gonna pull the tank before I even, you know, think about starting it. So there's that. I mean, it's been sitting for a long time, so there's a bunch of things that I need to replace. I do have a few things to replace on it, or that I can replace on it now. They're in boxes from Jegs. There it goes. Man, I think it's nice. But not, you know, like vacuum lines and you know, stuff like that. Those are all gonna probably need to be replaced. It sat outside in the sun for like, man, I think the last time I saw it running was like maybe 2013, 2014, and it was actually sitting with the hood off, unfortunately. So a lot of the parts, like the coolant overflow, is actually, I think it's okay, but I'll probably get a new one, just a factory replacement. And then there's just a few things that, you know, just to replace. I got a new belt for it. I'm gonna probably take one of these wheels to the rusty pulley that's on there, the idler pulley. It's gonna be a bit of a process, but I'm hoping in the next couple weeks I'll get the wiring done and everything, and, you know, be on its way. So probably next thing you see is gonna be me dry icing this biatch, hammering away, getting all of the sound deadening out so that I can deep clean the entire car. And it's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna try and spend a little time with the family before we go ahead and start pounding away, because it is gonna take a bit of time, and I don't know how long this dry ice lasts. I just spent like 40 bucks on dry ice, so I got 20 pounds of it. It's like $1.99 a pound. So, but we do have a freezer, so I don't know, we'll see.